What's up, guys? How are you doing?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing amazing, bro. I'm literally unboxing. I don't know if you can see. I'm unboxing some headphones or something.
What is up?
Yo, yo, yo. How are you doing, man?
Doing amazing, brother. What about you?
Me as well. Me as well. I just went to look for some curtains with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
On the way, I bought some new headphones.
Mm.
Oh, I need to turn up the light.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here comes Vanya.
Buy
Hello,
new
guys.
curtains.
Yep.
Imagine that. I can only imagine, bro, like classic Balkan curtains. Like that does not exist. Like you cannot buy that. I think that's like the only way is to have that handmade.
Literally. But yeah, my mom wanted some fancy ones. So
Bro, like you have them on the window behind you. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like bro, that kind of stuff, I don't know, like it doesn't exist. Like if you wanted to buy that now.
this one,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you can actually buy them still.
You think?
Yeah, I've seen them before.
I haven't seen them anywhere. That thing and the thing, like I don't know the name of that. In English. The same thing as curtain. You just put it on a desk, on a table.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You know, you
Yeah,
know.
those are not being produced anymore. That's like ancient, bro.
No, they're not produced. Like they don't even exist. They're like a made up thing. We only dreamed.
And on TV too.
Oh,
Yeah.
on TV, yeah. Milje. Miloš, what is up, brother?
What's up, man? Great. Late couple of minutes, but I'm here.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing great, finishing some work. Me and my friend had a new client, something from real estate. I work on that video today.
Something
going
from
good.
real estate.
Yeah, some penthouse in Belgrade, something like that. I don't know. He went there to record and we should edit that right now.
Well, I guess it's the penthouse is shit, but the video is gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Better than penthouse, yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
And I start doing one sample video also, so hopefully I'll finish that maybe tomorrow or 2 days, depends on the other work I have.
Yeah.
It's going good basically.
Yeah, going good. And Dre, what is up, brother? How you doing?
Good, bro. How are you? I've been on here for a while, I think.
Well, what did you say? You what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's been a while since I've been on the call.
Yeah, man. Haven't seen you in a while. What you been working on so far?
Yeah, I mean, it was the New Year's and I wasn't home. So I guess that's
Bro,
why.
the New Year's to tonight, you know? It's tonight, man. Like you also know what I'm talking about. We waiting for a New Year's.
Mm.
It's like
Only in Serbia.
do you guys know what's actually a new year?
No, they don't know.
What it should represent?
Mm.
How it's called in English?
Say it. I some of us may know.
Bro. Is it to get obscured? Is that the thing? Bro, the thing that all the people, all the Jews in the Bible were doing, like, thing like you do.
Circumcised.
Circumcised. Yay. Yay. Yeah. New Year is when Jesus was circumcised. that's kind of the event we celebrate is a new year. That's one of the things that, like, when we went to one monastery, that's the thing that they revealed. And like, doesn't make sense that like we in Serbia, like most people, celebrate Christmas like the day where when Jesus was born later than the day where he was circumcised. So it's kind of like it doesn't make much sense. So you either celebrate like Catholic Christmas or you do it the Orthodox way. But doesn't matter. Enough about this. Let's get to the business.
Just a side question: shouldn't it be 15th? Because the law says that you need to be circumcised 8 days after you're born. So shouldn't it be
On the eighth day. On the eighth day.
Oh yeah. For Jews it's different. Yeah. You're right. Okay.
On the eighth day. But yeah, Idan, what you doing, brother?
Nothing special, bro.
Nothing special.
Yeah,
Working
just
on.
walking.
Yeah, how's the MacBook working so far?
Great, bro. Great. Worth
Bro,
every penny.
how would you buy a car in your country if you cannot like get a
Bro,
transaction?
I'm not
that's-
buying them new. I'm just buying them old and rebuilding it myself. I just bought a car worth 1K and invested in it like 20K at least.
Bro, so you're telling me you cannot buy a new car because
You
like you cannot...
can, but you have to take a loan for that.
Oh, that's the thing. So you can't pay with your own money if the
Nope.
transaction was higher than what did you say, like 5,000 of your currency?
Yeah. But if you are buying a used car, you can, in our money, you can pay up to 15K in cash. That's all.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very,
Yeah,
very,
that's fucked up, bro.
very, very fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Vanya, my brother,
Yeah, what's up, man?
what you been up to these days?
Well, nothing special, really. Doing some Blender animations. Like, I must say, Andre really motivated me with that chess animation. So, thank you, Andre. And nothing special, really, into Blender and doing my full-time job, waiting for batteries. I think tomorrow is the day they come. So, that's it, my man.
Yeah, brother. Philip, it's your first call since you were announced as a winner. That's probably the biggest win of like your entire year. What give us your thoughts before we get to the sauce we prepared for this call.
Thoughts on what? The winning or
Thoughts on the winning and being like the example for everyone in the community.
Mm,
I want to
I
thank
don't
my
know.
mom and dad.
Am I an example?
I thought like you're gonna thank your mom and dad, as Ogden said, stuff like that.
No. But I mean, it's amazing. Obviously, whenever I join a community, my goal is to be the best. The hardest working with the best results, all that stuff. So if I am that, I don't know if I am. I don't know, because a lot of people don't actually share their wins. So it feels great, to be honest. It feels great. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Well, guys, share all your wins and show Philip that he's actually not the best. So you know.
Exactly.
So you know. And the next month, like this month in January, like he cannot be the winner. So
Yeah.
I expect, as I said on the previous call, some of you to excel this month, Some of you.
Camille, I think if it was this month, it would be either Camille or Milos. Somebody, those two.
Yeah.
Is Emiliano present?
No, not here.
Nah, damn. He's a killer. He's killing it for the client that we're doing the work with. He's killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll love to hear that. We can make like not betting, but something, and then everyone suggests who's gonna win, and then the guys who get
Very cool.
Something.
Yeah, guy who wins, and the guy who said he was gonna win gets like what, $100?
Yeah. Yeah. Free membership. Woohoo.
Ooh, okay, that'd be good.
Oh yeah, that can be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, for Philip especially, that would be like very, very beneficial, you know. Like he's paying so high ticket, it's unbearable, I would say. But yeah, we'll probably charge you higher at some point.
There you go.
Just kidding. All right, boys, let's get to the sauce. We got Clement joining here as well. Amen, my brother. Can't see you guys, but hopefully you can hear me, so you know. If you have any questions as I'm going through all this, anyone, just interrupt, drop the question in the chat, and when I see it, I'll give you an answer. But yeah, let me guys know if you can see this. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. All right. So the topic for today, like this thing, like the things that I'm gonna show you right now, I want everyone here to follow and stick to, because I know from my personal experience that if you do all these things, and you're gonna see, like we even have a checklist. If you do all these things, I can guarantee you'll see some success. I can guarantee you that.
No?
What?
Do we need to take notes?
If you want to, it's
I'll try my best.
it's not gonna be bad, you know, if you want to, but everything's so already written down here. It's gonna be very neat and nice. You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me just figure this out. How do I move this a bit so you can see it? The screen is so small. Yeah, all right. This is
That's good.
Yeah. All right. So we were thinking about like what would you guys benefit the most from, and what we came up with is the most logical thing, which is the roadmap of every single thing you should do. And if you do the things, you will get the result. Imagine that. And as I said, I want everyone here to follow this, and like you can just figure out where you at this journey, and just like no, like if you already done some of the steps, you can just, you know, write them off and then go to the next steps. And essentially, you know, like if you're doing everything from here, like you will be getting results. If you're not getting result, it must be that you're not doing something from here. But yeah, with enough of me talking, let's just get down to it. All right. So these are essentially 5 key steps, 5 key stages that every single business, service-based business has. Like we have offer, marketing, acquisition, fulfillment, and retention. So for the offer, like even before the offer, step number 0 here would be your skill. We didn't even put it as a step because it's like required thing. Like you need to have a skill. You need to know how to do something in order to make offer on it, you know. Then we have the offer. Like for the offer, we already did trainings on this, even on calls and on school. We have trainings on this, like what's an offer, how to come with offer, how to think about offer and all that. We did, I think, with Philip, I think when we were breaking down what's offer and that, like the entire kind of offer.
The person, process.
Yeah, person, process, promise, and all those things. Like you'll see it. We have it on a checklist later. But this is essentially like what are you going to be offering to people? Essentially, kind of like a core key part, beginning foundation part of your business. Once you have the offer, like then we can go to step number 2, step number 3, and all that. But key thing I want to tell all of you guys here, like I do not want you to, and you should not that I do not want you, like you should, like that's abandoned. You're not allowed to do that. To focus on onboarding and communication if you don't even have an offer. Like this is the order in which you need to do things. And after you have an offer, if you don't have an offer, you don't even think about none of this. Like you first try to figure out what's going to be your offer. After you have the offer, then you're going to go into marketing, acquisition, and all the other things. All right. So once we have the offer, the next step is marketing. Like, think about it logically. Like, first we learn the skill, then we make the offer, like the offer that we're gonna offer our skill to other people. Then we need to market our offer, to show and tell other people that we have something to do for them. You know, makes sense. Pretty, you know, logical. So we need to market it. Marketing, there's essentially like 3 ways. You can get referrals, you can do it with content and with outreach. But the main point with all the marketing that we're doing is to get conversations and start conversations with people. Like, that's the main point. Because we have the skill, we have the offer. Now we need to get into conversations with other people to talk about what we can do for them and offer them that, because that's the only way that we're gonna get people to know that we can help them and eventually help them. Make sense? Yeah. After the marketing, essentially, like the last kind of step, like the main goal with marketing, as I said, is to get conversations. After we get conversations, this entire thing ends with us booking a call. Essentially, that's what we want to do. We always want to book a call. We don't want to try to close via chat. We always want to hop on that call to be able to discuss the things and discuss how we can help other people and to develop sales skills in the same time. Those are 2 goals we're trying to hit here. So the conversation, I can say, approximately ends with you sending calendar link and then booking a call. Pretty simple. Then we go to the acquisition step, acquisition part. It's made out of 2 parts. We have pre-sales and sales. To give you kind of a definition, pre-sales process would be everything that happens in between them booking a call and you guys hopping on a call. Everything that happens in between, and some of you right now might think, well, what happens in between? Like, it's just the time should pass. No. Like, pre-sales process is the same importance as the actual sales process. Like, we want to prepare the prospect for the call, know and let them know how to come up to the call, literally prepare them and tell them what the call is going to be about. That's what the pre-sales process is supposed to do. And as I said, again, to define it, between the point of them booking a call and between you guys hopping on a call, everything that happens in between is a pre-sales process. You'll see later all the things that I'm talking about. We also have trainings on this on school. But yeah. And then we have the sales process. Sales process is actually like, what process do you follow on the actual call? All right. This part ends. Miloš, what is up, brother?
I just want to ask, you told to prepare prospect for the call. What that exactly means?
Yeah.
Right.
Great question. So essentially, once the prospect books a call, you know, first thing, you want to make sure, you want to do everything that is in your power to make sure that they actually show up to the call. Because if you had any experience with sales calls, a lot of times, you know, if you don't do like all the things in the pre-sales process, people just forget that they booked a call with some random guy that's supposed to help them with content. And then just, you know, you emotionally prepare yourself to hop on a sales call, especially if you haven't done it a couple of times. Like, you're nervous, you prepare the script, you prepare everything. In your mind, you prepare an entire hour to hop on a call, and then you just doesn't even show up. So we want to prevent that at all costs, you know, and do everything that's we're supposed to do in order for that to not happen. That's one thing. Second thing is essentially, like, we want them to get prepared to the call. Essentially, like, the main point, the main goal eventually with pre-sales is that pre-sales process would be able to kind of pre-sell them, I would say. And let me give you an example so you get what I'm talking about. So, like, when you're crafting an offer, you want to have like some kind of unique mechanism to it, you know, that's going to be unique and specific for you. And then in your pre-sales process, you're going to have a video that's going to be like a explanation of why your unique mechanism is the best mechanism and the best way for them to get to the result. Why yours is the one that works the best and why other ones are not the ones that they should follow. Another thing is you're gonna have a pre-call video. You're gonna have, like, we'll have all that on the checklist. I'm gonna show you later. Another thing is, as I said, you're gonna have a pre-call video. That's essentially like a 2-minute video explaining, like, the call's gonna be on Zoom. Come up with your camera, like, block out an hour of your time, like, you know, those kind of things, so they not show up in a car on their phone while driving throughout the town, or, you know, but for them, as I said, to actually be prepared to hop on a call. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Alright.
video,
Hmm?
same video, everyone. That video that you send that's the same video for every prospect you send.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
two.
yeah. It's a video you record one time, and you create kind of like a email sequence. It's usually 3 emails in the pre-sales process. It's usually kind of like a 3 emails, and it's an email sequence pretty much. You set it up one time, and you can use it pretty much, like, you know, as long as you run that off. If you change the offer, you need to change the sales process, but, you know,
Yeah.
as long as you're running that offer, you can use the same sales process. So, you know, it's like most of these things are the things like you do once and you just repeat them every single time. There's nothing new and unique and personal you need to do, like, especially like pre-sales and sales, both of those things. Sales, as I said, sales process is what you do on the actual sales call, like the script you use, the framework you use, and all that kind of stuff. And this acquisition part ends with what? Having an acquisition, or in other words, people paying you money on the call. Getting a client, yeah. Getting a client. So once you get a client on the call, we go to the next phase, which is fulfillment. Fulfillment, we have 2 parts, onboarding and delivery. Onboarding would be setting expectations and doing everything to onboard and prepare your client for what's gonna happen over the next, like, X amount of time that you will be delivering the promise and the offer that you promised. And delivery is you getting them great results. For delivery, there's no definition. Delivery is just you doing the work that you promised you're gonna do. Pretty plain and simple. Key thing about delivery here is that this is arguably, I would say, the most important part of this entire thing, because the delivery determines whether or not your client is going to get the result, and that heavily determines his experience, how he's gonna, like, think about you. If you do like a post, like interview or something like that, give you a testimonial, give you some result, so that later you can show other people, look at what I did for this guy. If you want the same, you know, it's gonna cost that much, kind of like that, you know. And as you're getting people better and better results, you will be able to charge more, simply because you are getting them great results. You can charge more, and you have proof that you actually know what you're doing, because you have the proof that you know how to deliver on the promise you make. Make sense? Any questions on that? No? All right. And the fulfillment phase ends with retention, which is essentially us trying to retain the clients. And what does that mean? Essentially, after our initial period of working with them ends, we just want to extend that period and get them to work with us again. This is also a very important part, because the person that believes you and trusts you the most are your clients. Like, they have already paid you the money. You just need to convince them to pay you again, which is a lot easier than to convince a total stranger to give you money, simply because, as I said, like, they already gave you the money, you already worked together, and if you do the delivery and the entire fulfillment phase the right way, this usually should not be a problem. Philip, what's up, brother?
Yeah, so I wanted to touch on the delivery process and how you mentioned we got the results.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, do you think it's valuable once you start working with quote unquote bigger clients that are more popular in an online space, entrepreneurship space? Do you think it's worth it sending out cold DMs saying, I work with this guy and we got them this results, and I made a free, let's say, Loom for you explaining how I can help you do the same? Do you think that's worth it, or do you think that's like a low quality or like a lower sort of status, considering that I work with a little bit bigger people?
Yeah. Well, me personally, I would not do the outreach message like that. But I would put them, like, you can put them in your content, on your stories, on your in your ads, which is, in my opinion, a lot more professional and better way to just market and say what are the results you brought to other people than doing it in an outreach message. Because in an outreach message, it's kind of like, I don't know. To me, it seems a bit like,
But right now I don't have any like content built out at the moment, so I'm gonna have to do it like that.
Yeah. Like, as I said, I would put it on the stories, in your
Yeah.
content. You can just, like, and do outreach the other way. And if your outreach message is good anyways, they will for sure go to your profile to take a look at you. And there they will be able to see and be like, oh, this guy's legit. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say that the outreach message should not be about the third guy, it should be just about them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it might work for you. I don't know exactly because you can test it out and it might work really well just because, no one knows exactly is it going to work. So you can try to test it out. There's a lot of people sending those types of messages. But anyways, if you have it in the highlights, they're gonna see it because they're just always gonna check your profile after seeing the message, and naturally they're gonna see who you're gonna, who are you working with, who is it that you helped. People just so yeah.
Yeah, as Ogden said, like, the message should be only about the guy that you're reaching out to, like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of, so this is kind of like the roadmap, like the structure of every single business and the phase that every single service-based business has, especially us, like, doing content. Like, this is how it looks like, and this is very simple, guys. Like, if some of you looks like, yeah, well, there's other things. Well, I'm not saying that this is like our content is like, you just the content. Obviously, there are, for every single of these things, there are like other smaller steps you need to take in order to achieve them. Like, for content, you need to ideate, script, record, edit, post, blah, blah, and all that. But this is just like the overall what you need to do in order to get the results and get your business running. Now, all of this, to most of you, probably sounds already familiar and you already kind of in theory knows all this. So we wanted to find a way to kind of operationalize this so you can, like, like, give you a way to be able to know what action you should take in order to do all this. So let me go here to step-by-step process, and later, as I said, like, we even have a checklist for all this. But yeah, this is what it means to do all these things put into like step-by-step process, like one sentence, very briefly said. So for the offer, it's cement your offer. As I said, you need to know what's your offer. That's the first step. If you don't know what's your offer, don't think about anything else. Just figure out your offer, then we'll go to other things. Next thing, marketing. Determine a content cadence you'll follow and number of conversations you'll start per day. Again, going back to the main point of the marketing is to just get in the conversations with people. So we want to determine what's the content cadence we'll follow and what are the number of conversations we'll start per day. Acquisition, prepare pre-sales and sales, and do pre-sales and sales and break down KPIs. Like, for this, KPIs, what are those? I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Full fulfillment, plan client journey, set expectations, deliver great results. For deliver great results, there's no framework how to deliver great results. You just need to do great work and get your people great results. There's no like magic formula for getting people great results. It's just like you need to actually be good at what you do. Plan client journey. What I mean by that is plan like if you sign the client now in 5 minutes, what will happen? Like, what would be the communication platform? How would you communicate? How often? Where would him upload the video? And all those things. Like, what's the client journey? What are you gonna do? What's he gonna do? And all those things. For setting expectations, very important thing. And guys, for all this, we have trainings in school. We already recorded. So if you're at any of these steps and not sure, I highly suggest you first go check out trainings in school. And then if it's still not clear, go back to the community and ask what's not clear. Just make sure, guys, that you ask questions the right way. Maybe you've heard this, but like question asked the right way is like half questioned answered already. If you ask, essentially, if you ask the question the right way, it's already kind of like 50% answered, you know. So if there's something unclear, just state it. Just say, so I'm thinking about this, working on this. I watched the training and this is unclear to me. What do you guys think? Something along those lines, so we know exactly how to answer and how to help you. Sounds clear? Yeah. Yeah. And then we have the retention, which is a regular communication. If we broke it down into steps, like one of the main things that's gonna determine your retention is obviously like the client results, the results you get them and all that. But regular communication is one of the main pillars that will make or break whether or not they stay working with you or not. But this is step-by-step process and kind of like the roadmap you need to essentially run a business. Now let me just stop my screen share and go to the next thing.
Yeah, just to kind of add on the regular communication, if something about that is not clear to you, some of you guys, just in case, it's essentially just the fact that every single thing that you do, you should update your clients. You should let them know. I don't mean just like, you know, while you're editing a video, yeah, I put sound effects or something like that. But every single change that you kind of make in their business, because you should be able to kind of have access to their schedulers, trackers, their kind of operations for the ideas and all those details. If you do certain thing and you don't let them know, they will not just know that you did it. They will think you did not do anything. So it's really important to just always kind of give them an update, and you determine for yourself. You're gonna see in the checklist, it can be like twice a week, once a week, that you kind of give them a brief update of what's going on, like how are we looking with the content, how many videos do we need more, like because you might be running out of content and you don't want to get a situation where maybe you don't have any more videos from them recorded and you just kind of don't do anything and you wait for them to record videos. Like always let them know in advance, like I'm working on this right now, here's how many of them are left, and we're going to need a lot more content, like you should be recording and stuff like that. So those kind of regular updates, plus some classic bullshit, you know, wishing birthdays, holidays, BS, whatever. That's kind of the bonus, but should be done. Anything besides the regular communication is really, really important. So if something, it was not really clear about the communication, but anyways, you can go ahead and pull up the screen again.
Yeah. Any questions on all these guys so far? Nothing? No one? All right. Wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask team building. Like
Team
I
building.
know, yeah, for some people, I'm in the process of building a team right now. So I think obviously it's not too important
Yeah.
for people who are beginners, right? But like, do you got? I don't know if you have trainings on that on school.
Not currently, but we can get to that later if you'd like. Just as we
Okay.
finish this, we'll get to that later, and it's a very interesting perspective. I'm sure you'll like. Yeah. All right. So, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yay. All right. So this is action taking checklist. Like all of these guys, all of these things like we have here, you'll see. I'll send you all that, share it later in the community, and you're gonna just go here. When you open it, you're not gonna have like the access to edit. You're gonna go to File, make a copy, and then make a copy of this to your Google Drive, and then you'll be able to, like, edit all this and, like, make it how you like. But yeah, the entire thing that I broke, like the entire roadmap that we just showed on the mirror board, we have it here. Like, as you said, as you can guys see all the phases: offer, marketing, acquisition, fulfillment, and retention. And we broke it down essentially into steps. So as you guys do all these things, you just check them off. For the offer, figure out what's the person, you check it. Promise, process, pricing, timeline, and delivery. As you guys finish all this, if you finish all that,
sorry to interrupt, but we can do also an example
yeah,
of that kind of live. Take a guy and do the example of how should you just determine the person so that you don't get lost in the process of filling this out.
yeah, for sure. That's just what I wanted to do. But yeah, when you guys finish this, you can go to the next thing, and that's essentially like how you think about this entire checklist. But let's take someone for example here, and let's break all this down real quick. Don't want to make this too long. But yeah, who wanna go? Let me actually, I'm gonna choose because I know Philip's gonna just raise the hand. So, and we already did, Philip, like nothing against you, brother, but we already did it with you, so
Yeah, all good, all good.
Milos, my man, would love to talk to you.
I'm here, my man.
Yeah, do you know these things?
Not so all of that clear.
Great.
But
What do you know?
a person, I mean, like who's the person? That's like
Yeah.
the question.
Who is the person that you're serving?
I mean, with offer, I would like to serve people working on some, online businesses and people working on self-improvement. That's like the person I would love to work with.
Yeah, I got it. So we just need to get a bit more specific, like, so a person working on online businesses and self-improvement, like, what do you mean? Is it a coach? Is it a business owner? Is it
Business on business.
Business owner. All right. So what would be your service? What would be the delivery that you would be doing?
What you mean with delivery? I mean,
Delivery is literally what are the actions, what are the things you're going to be doing? I'm going to be editing this many videos that are going to be short form or long form, or I'm going to be ideating. Like, what do you do? What's the delivery of your offer?
I will do like 20 to 30 short form videos for his profile, for his business.
Yeah, all right. So now, after we kind of like know what would be the delivery, we need to kind of like work on all these things more or less in the same time to be able to figure out exactly the person, the promise, and all those things. So the delivery would be delivering 20 to 30 videos, per month. Why would a person want that? What would be the benefit of him wanting that? What do you think?
I mean, more people will find out about his business so he can get more leads and clients, I guess.
Yeah. But what would be like the actual benefit that he could get from that? Apart from that, I would say, for example, like the thing that they can tangibly see takes place is them not spending any time on that content, and plus you taking care of their entire Instagram, essentially building a system.
You can like for 1 hour a week, and I can handle everything for that week.
Exactly, because the problem a lot of people have with content is they are not consistent with it, and that's a problem that nearly everyone has. Everyone's not consistent to some extent, Some people post like every day, but most people not. And you can take that because you want to target people that already know that content is the thing for them. Like, you don't want to find some grandpa and tell him that content is the new thing he needs to do and try to explain that to him. You want to find someone that needs content, that already knows that content is the thing for him, and then serve him. So that would be like some kind of business owner, some kind of coach that needs content and needs his personal brand. And because you're delivering like 20 to 30 short form videos, I guess the price would be a couple $1,000s, right? Something like that. So in order for him to afford that, he would ideally need to make at least 20 to 30K a month. At least something like that. So now we kind of know the person, because like we know it's the guy that's running a business. We want to get even more niche down that what kind of business, because like, you know, business is solar company and coaching business for personal brands are both businesses, but they're not the same. So what do you think? What kind of business is the guy running?
I mean, for me personally, interesting would be someone who is doing something related to sports. And
Great.
I'm not,
Amazing. Something related to fitness or sports.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
tell just exactly the sport, because I generally can work with, you know, gym owners, gym owners, or some tennis, I don't know, guys or things like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah, I would just say, because a lot of people working with, like, if you want to work with a tennis coach, for example, what you also need to include in your service, I think, is recording of them.
Yeah.
Like, because tennis coach, in my opinion, cannot be sitting in his studio and just talking to the camera. Like, he needs to be on the court, showing you how to serve, how to do forehand, backhand, you know, and those kind of things. And you
That's
want to
true.
include also recording with the camera to follow them around and that. And if you do that, you can even price it more. But that's like, you know, that's going a bit more into that. But you get the point. You want to get clear on who is the person, what are going to be the things that you will deliver, and you always want to tailor the things to what matters to them and what do they value. Like, just think about it that way. As I said, like, problem is their consistency, so you want to make it as valuable for them. How are you going to do that? You're going to deliver this with the least amount of effort that they have as possible. For Philip, we had a great example of that, where he would take someone that's a fitness coach that already has a brand on Instagram and on YouTube, and take videos from his YouTube channel and post them on Instagram. So essentially, he takes care of his entire Instagram without the guy lifting a finger. It's just like, you just keep doing what you're doing, just give me the money and I take care of everything else. You don't need to change your schedule, nothing else. And you will have 30 videos or 60 videos or however posted on your Instagram every single month. You know,
Yeah, if
that's a
you're just
great
one note.
Yeah.
I know, like Milos, I know because I saw some of your stuff on Instagram. I think you're doing kind of a Serbian content, right? Some kind of the posts for on the kind of native speakers, right? So if you're doing something locally, that can also be a really good type of business.
Yeah.
If you're, for example, recording and going to work with the local businesses, which are maybe gyms or fitness coaches who are who like have their own spaces where they do sessions or do whatever they want, you know, the great kind of approach, if you want to do that, obviously, I think it would suit you. I don't know, but the great kind of thing would be that you just have to come to your training session as you would normally every single day, and someone, which is me, will already be there waiting for you and just recording you. By the time you don't even have to know that I'm here, I'm just gonna record you. You will have to say a couple of sentences additionally here and there, but I'm just going to be there and I'm just gonna take documentation like of every single training that you do, not every single one, but maybe just like, you know, a couple of them a week. And we're going to post all of that on Instagram so that people can see how do you actually help people get results. Just an example of how to kind of tailor it to them on their language, their kind of specific situation. For a business owner, if you were to work with a business guy who is so used to hopping on Zoom calls, for example, it could be, for example, like, let me help you like download this AI bot or whatever that is. Whenever you hop on a call, it's going to record you and it's going to take a transcript of the call. And I'm going to take up the call, the coaching call that you have or the community call that you have or whatever. And I'm going to make 10 reels or however it's possible out of one hour call that you had or something like that. And just kind of tailor it to their language, because the fitness guy is used to go personally to like do sessions and whatever. The business guy is used to having Zoom calls. The whoever it might be, realtor, if you were to work with a realtor, all those kind of different people who are not business guys I think the best way is to do local. I have a friend, like we have a friend who does the local recordings of the in Canada, local kind of recordings of the realtors in his space. Basically, anyone who is there locally, he goes into their place and records them, and it's a really powerful thing. You just have to have the market locally, which is a really really useful thing. So that would be my kind of suggestion.
Yeah.
Do not take up some of the most time here. You can go ahead.
Yeah, and that's also a great selling point you can use, because like you can say you don't even have to have a camera. Like I take care of everything. Like I come to record, I will ask you questions. Like especially I have some ideas already. Like for example, if it was a tennis coach, like you can come to the court, ask him a question. Like you just want to make sure that you're recording on the court. So essentially, as soon as people see the video, they know what the video is going to be about tennis, you know? And then ask, for example, like, what's the biggest mistake people make when it comes to serving? Something like that. He then talks about it. And then after he finishes his delegation of what's the kind of the thing that people make mistake about, you say, all right, now show me that. And then he's going to take the ball, take the, how's it called, racket, drop it, show you, and you record that, and then you're gonna put that as a b-roll over what he was saying, so essentially people can visualize it and hear what he's like. Just for example, like, you know, in that kind of style, there wouldn't be many animations from After Effects, but it's like, you know, the point of a video is to deliver a great message, not to be.
Yeah, I mean, you can always find a place for
Yeah.
an animation you can do. Like if you were to showcase maybe like a slow motion clip of him serving, that would be pretty useful, at least for me, if I were to want to learn how to serve. Maybe just, you know, like do the slow motion of the clip. At a certain part, stop the clip, like pause the clip.
Yep.
Make a zoom onto his legs of how his legs are positioned, and do some kind of additional transparent
Yeah.
line and the text
Highlight.
showing up, like, you know, this is how your legs should stand, or this is kind of the triangle bullshit thing you should form with your hand, or whatever it is, you know. There's always a place for the animation, but if you don't know how to do it like minimalistic and clean, you better not do it. That's how I like view the things with animation, with those kind of cinematic shots. It's better to have just like great color graded camera shot without any animation than with a bad animation. Just so keep in mind for every one of you guys. Anyways, you know.
Yeah. Back to the offer. All right. So that's kind of like all the things we want to figure out here. Let me just break them out. So person is, as I said, like we want to figure out who's the person, how much money are they making, what do they do, who do they serve, what's the type of work they do. We want to get specific here so we know who are we talking about. We don't want to go like with Milos, for example, we started with business owners talking about being into business and self-improvement. We ended up with tennis coaches, you know. just giving an example, but you want to get specific here with the delivery. As I said, you want to figure out what do you do, and you need to like juggle between all those things. Like you cannot go and figure out the person, figure out the promise, figure out the process, figure out the pricing, and just do it in that way. But as I said, you need to juggle between all these things, because you need to figure out, all right, so if this is the person, what do they value, what am I going to do, how much that's going to cost, and all those things. As we said, if it's going to be a tennis coach, in your delivery, you're going to include it, you're going to go and record. If it's just some online business coach, like you can also record, but there's no need for that, you know, that kind of stuff. For the promise, it will be what's literally like a one sentence offer statement that you do. So to give you an example, like I'm going to help you get more attention to your offer. With short form content without you spending more than 1 hour on it a month. Just giving an example, but you get the point.
Mind all.
What was that?
That's what I had on my mind also.
Yeah. For the process, so a lot of people like mistake process for delivery, but those are actually two different things. So delivery is actually what do you do to get them the result? Like as I said, you're gonna edit the videos, you're gonna record, that's the delivery part. Process is what are the steps that your client is gonna take in order to get the result. So you know, it's gonna be, he's gonna get there and we're gonna together record this, and then those videos are going to get edited and posted, but kind of the process that your clients needs to go through in order to get the result. Pricing, how much that's going to cost, how are you going to price it? Is it going to be like one-time fee or 3-month commitment, 4-month commitment, 12-month commitment, whatever? That's more into timeline, but pricing and timeline are kind of the two things tied together. Like, are you going to charge monthly? I don't suggest doing weekly. I would suggest like either do all paid up front or monthly. Those are like two best options. And once you check all these, like, you have the offer. Unless you have them checked out, you don't even need to think about anything else. Just figure this out. Because once you figure this out, like, you have a clarity on what you should do next and how to do it. Sounds clear?
Yep. Just one question. Is it possible to do, I mean, is it good to do? It's possible, but is it good to have like two persons that you want to work with? For example, one is you have like, I want to work with fitness coaches, like specifically go, and then you have like the other person, I want to work with business owners that, for example, sell clothes, for example, clothing business. I don't know. So you have
Why?
two,
Yeah,
but to
why would you like, are you thinking about that?
I'm just thinking, should I try only specifically with the one person and don't try like other persons, or should I have like 2, 3 and I can, just try?
Yeah, the main reason why we want to focus on one person is because if you focus on one person, we can kind of systematize everything else. Like, imagine if you had one guy that was a tennis coach, one guy that was a normal fitness coach, and one guy that was a business coach. And you need to record all them, think about all their ideas, edit all their videos. Everything is completely different. Everything is just a big mess. We want to try to systematize the process as much as possible. Compare that to only having 3 tennis coaches. Like, everything's pretty much the same. You're going to ask similar questions, do it in a similar way, edit similar way. Obviously, you want to deliver everything uniquely to every single one of them, but you get the point. Everything's going to be more systematized and easier. Like, if you add more than one person, you're just adding complexity unnecessary. You just want to stick to one person, one offer.
Yeah, clear. I mean, I'm asking you that because I'm now in a mess, let's say like that, because I work on tons of different kind of videos, and I know that's really mess.
Yeah, well, you exactly know, like, when I say everything's gonna be a mess, how does that look like? You're living it. So, imagine if you're working only with one type of person. That's what we wanna optimize for. But yeah. All right. Once we have the offer, going to the next thing, which is marketing. So here, these are just suggestions, I would say. I'm gonna give you the math behind all this. For one short form video a day, this is like one reel a day you want to post. I would suggest nearly everyone here, because especially if you're starting out, you don't have much experience about content and posting, to post at least like one video a day. Because if you don't have a bunch of clients and fulfillment and like all the things you're thinking about, like, what else are you gonna do? You just need to, after you figure out the offer, you need to post a lot of content and talk with a lot of people. These are like your 2 go-tos. Like, this is what you focus on. By posting content, you're gonna get better at content itself, at editing itself, and you're gonna be building your brand and getting more attention to you. So like, you're doing everything you need to do. Because after we have the offer, as I said, repeating myself here, we need to market it. We're gonna market it by posting at least once a day. That's what I was doing. That's what we were doing, like posting every single day for like multiple months. Right now, we don't post that because we have other things going on, a lot of things, like a million different things going on in the same time. So, we are not posting as much, but we're still consistent with it, But in the beginning, like, you want to post as much as possible and just get as much experience as possible. Before I get into a number of conversations, Philip, what's up, man?
Yes, so a question. When it comes to making content, do you think it's okay to neglect the quality of the edit just to post the video? Because I find myself kind of being lazy and or sometimes even procrastinating to edit the video just because it's a hard task, obviously, you know. So
Yeah.
do you think in those cases it's just better to put some captions on, post the video anyway, and just let the value of the video carry, you know, whatever happens? Or do you think it's just better to wait a few days to actually edit the video? It doesn't have to be a few days, or maybe one day, you know, to actually edit the video properly, make sure it's nice, and then post it.
Yeah, I think Ogin wanted to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something.
Before
so
you
he
say,
can
I
go.
just wanted to do that because, like, you know, we've been going out through the similar situation. Purposefully, we kind of slowed it down with the content a little bit. I'm sure everyone's noticed, but that's just because it's not so we have like a million things on the other side. But we're on the other hand more consistent with YouTube, which is the main goal right now. But here's what I figured out is that quality of the reel, kind of reels, is subjective. Actually, really. I mean, there is an objective part of it, which, like, you know, everyone knows that's quality, but there is no good or bad. That's what you determine. Is it good or is it bad, you know? So what you have to understand is that by you not spending a lot of time on the edit, you're not making it low quality actually. You actually just I understand but what you're going through because you know you have a lot of different things and you don't find you know enough time to block out to edit a reel. And so of course it's better to have a schedule and then every single time you planned it, the reel comes out on your Instagram. And I would not sacrifice that schedule. I would stick to it no matter what. And even if like your reel is not perfectly edited how you want it, I would still suggest you post it. That's just my kind of perspective. Is because the Instagram, talking about shorts here, is very much more volume platform than the quality platform. If we were talking here about YouTube, like I would personally suggest you wait months before you finish that one video and then post it. On YouTube, never do that. Never like post just for posting. But on Instagram, like it doesn't really matter. It's just one video, but you can do certain things to kind of systematize it. And what do I mean by that? Because a shitty video, like a video with a shitty camera, unless it's from like Kanye West, it's not gonna do well. It's never going to do well. That's just like a not, there's no chance for it right now at this moment. So once you get a good camera, get a great studio, build up a great lighting, and do the great color grading afterwards, the footage is going to look cinematic. And even if you do just captions afterwards, you've spent like a 1 hour or less on the video, it's just still going to look really premium, really high quality. So you don't have to spend anything like any extra time on that because you're actually just recording and then putting captions or maybe just doing maybe just some small text animations, B-rolls, whatever that is, super, super easy and fast. And that's how you can actually post reels, which I think is the new kind of direction everyone's trying to shift and we're trying to shift. We don't want to have reels that are super kind of edited, hyperly edited, over edited, because it's just not effective and it does not really matter, you know, because everyone knows at some point what's quality. Like for example, I know I can edit a reel with 3 b-rolls and captions and people are still going to say it looks sick because I know those little details that will make people think it's high quality, you know. It's color grading, it's positioning of different things. Is everything kind of symmetrical? Is everything centered? Is the frame rate great? There's no any kind of abrupt cuts. There's no anything like that, you know. So you can definitely prevent it, as I said. Getting a good camera, getting a good gear, getting a good lighting, everything like that will make your video look definitely like 10 times more premium. So you don't have to spend hours and hours on editing later because on Instagram, it matters more to post the reel than to spend hours on the animation. That's just my opinion. So
Okay. So you do recommend actually spending some time on YouTube, with YouTube videos?
on like for long form content, definitely. Like there does not consistency is zero on long form unless it's like years. It's like so slowed down process compared to Instagram. You can be inactive for 1 year. You can post a video and get million views, no one's gonna notice. People are just gonna be like, yeah, he's back. Nothing's going to happen, you know? I mean, there certainly is a part where your audience starts to get cold and no one wants to kind of watch you anymore, but that's, as you said, super slow compared to Instagram. On Instagram, you kind of have to be really, really active every single week at least,
Yeah.
just so that people don't get cold.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that clears out a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, follow the schedule. Just wanted to add something quick to that. Like, as Ogden said, I completely agree with it. Like, just set a schedule and follow the schedule. That's like the most important thing. But try to, like, every single time, try to make it better than the last time. So you don't just fall like into trap of like being comfortable at just posting like the same content every single time. But like try to make it better. Like consciously try to make it better every single time in some way. Is it gonna be storytelling, camera, like anything, color grading, music, b-roll, the way of editing, whatever, just try to make it better than the last time and follow the schedule, and over time things will get better. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Milos, what's up, man?
From that video that we make every day, like a personal brand we do, of course it's related to our personality, but how many videos should we make related to the person we want to offer? For example, if we took like the business, not business owner, fitness coach, do we need to make like some amount of videos related to that so we can attract the fitness coaches?
Yeah, there's no like I can't give like the specific number, like out of you posting one short video a day, out of week, you want to have 6 videos for this and 1 video for that, or any kind of like ratio. I can give like approximately how you can look at it. Like you always want to like kind of like find a balance between the two, you know? Share the personal things because you're building a personal brand, and talk about them because you want to talk to them and attract them. Now, I would say in the beginning, I would make it more about them than about you, because when you're small and your personal brand small, like, you know, no one kind of cares about like what do you do, what do you want, like, you know, when some big guys, I don't know, Hormozy or Iman or whatever, Daniel Dallin or someone like that, posts his whatever morning routine, night routine, people are still interested in it, you know. But if some just random guy just posted it, you know, kind of like no one gives a fuck, you know. So like I personally would in the beginning make it more about them and talk about more that, like, I would probably make it like 90%, 80, 90% about them, and then 10 to 20% like your personal stuff and stuff that interests you, like videos about that. And that's how I would stick to that. And after some time, like, you know, you can kind of mix between the two. But caveat to that, I want to say, in the videos in which you talk to them, you can add your things, which is kind of like beat the game, you know. Because let me give you an example. Like you can give some of your personality traits and what do you value and what do you think about certain things in the videos in which you talk to them. So that way you kind of like do two things at once, because you're talking to your like ideal avatar, and at the same time you're sharing your thoughts on something. It can be anything. Like it can be like, you know, in your b-roll showing people that you're very organized, or something like that. You want to have something, just giving you some example from the top of my head, just something that shows kind of like a bit of personal side from you and personal opinion on yours in a video in which you're talking about them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You also speak in one school lessons. I remember that exactly, that subconsciously you can affect your
Exactly.
potential showing something, you know, like that you're organized, for example. That's just
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Philip, what's up? You're muted, brother.
Dude, I forgot what I wanted to ask. Shit. So, yeah. First of all, I wanted to add. So, what kind of content you can make is you can make what I did. Sort of for the first few videos, you can make like breaking down funnels or strategies that famous people use. Like I made a video for Luca Belmar and for Nemanja, so you can do that. But what did I want? What is it I wanted to ask? I wanted to ask. Let's say if the 60 conversations a day. Obviously, my videos that I'm making, they don't have momentum. I just started posting. They're not gonna create 60 conversations a day. So, well, how many conversations do I aim for, and how do I make those?
Well,
Yeah,
you're
I
going-
wanted to get to that after we finish with this.
Okay.
So as we're finished with this, now I can go to this. Like this number, especially this number, is not like predetermined by me or something. You need that number. I'm gonna tell you my math behind it so you can figure out what I was talking about. I thought, well, for you guys, if you wanted to sign, let's say 3 clients a month, very simple math, 3 clients a month. Let's say you charge between 1 to 2K, which is, you know, you probably would charge even more, but let's say something like that, which means you would make $3,000 to $6,000 in a month by signing those 3 clients. In order for you to do that, let's say you're gonna have because you're like you don't have any experience with sales, you're gonna probably have like 15% close rate or like something like that. So let's just do the math. Like if we go and we need 3 closes, if our close rate is 15%, so we wanna do, just give me a sec. Yeah, we should do 20 calls. Yeah, I think like that. If my math's correct. Yeah, we need 20 calls. In order for us to have 20 calls, we need like these are all numbers I'm coming from the top of my head just to make it unreasonable for you to not get to the goal of 3 clients in a month. If you guys get what I'm saying. So if you hop on 20 calls, I think all of you here would be able to close 3 clients. You know, in order to get 20 calls, if you get 1,800 conversations, I'm pretty confident you would get 20 calls. This is like nearly 100 conversations until you get 1 call. So, you know, that's how I kind of came up with this 60 conversations per day number. But you can play with this because these conversations, they can be warm and cold. Like, you know, they can be people that interacted with your content, or they can be cold people, like doing cold outreach. Now, if you're doing cold outreach and you're doing it more personalized, it's gonna take you more time. So obviously you're not gonna be able to do as many conversations. But because it's more personalized and you're putting more effort into it, it's gonna get higher response rate. Higher response rate means more calls booked, so you have to do less in order to get that number of calls. You guys get what I'm talking about? Like I'm talking here real fast, but I think you guys are catching up with me. Yeah. So that's kind of the number. Like all of you guys here can change this and get your own number depending on like what do you do and what can you do. But I would say just put it to something that if you did for a month, it would be unreasonable for you to not get to the goal that you're shooting for. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Regarding the thing Philip asked as well, like of course the video organic content is not gonna get you 60 conversations per day. So then you just go and create them. Like every single one of you guys, my advice would be just do outreach, you know, because the brand you're building is not gonna be valuable at this moment tomorrow. It's going to be valuable in a few months on Instagram, in 1 year. In 1 year is gonna be pretty valuable, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure about that. In a couple of months, it might start bringing you some leads, warm leads, like people reaching out to you from videos, especially if you have great content strategy. But you should do cold outreach. Like that's not a negotiable. You should go and reach out to prospects. You have your own strategies. Like I know Philip is doing the story mention thing that's been working for him. For you, it might be sending looms. It might be anything else, but you should just aim to start more and more conversations. as Nemanja said, like X number of conversations per day, just find your way to start those conversations. And the best is through cold outreach. It can be, of course, through the organic content, but you have to wait some time for it to kind of get to that status where it can get you the, you know, like conversations by itself out of the blue. But you know,
Yeah. Yeah. And the main point, just want to hammer the main point. After you have the offer, these two things are the things you do.
Yeah.
Like main focus of yours. You post content and you get in conversations with people. You post content and you get in conversation. Like the only two things you do in a day should be like those two things. Like you, by posting content, you practice your skills, you getting better at content and editing, and you get in conversations with people. But yeah, I think Milos is first raise his hand, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Who's first, but whatever. I just want to ask, numbers are pretty clear. I just want you to give me like the practical example. How is the best way to actually find all of these people? I mean, even if it's a 10 conversations a day, sometimes maybe it's hard to find 10 people after 2 weeks, you know, because
Yeah,
I would
well, no one says this was easy, you know.
I mean, you know, number you
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. I know it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's
Yeah,
just how it is. It's just supposed to be hard. But you just like you want to get resourceful. You search on Instagram, you search on YouTube, you
Yeah.
find ways to find new people you can work with. Like, you know. And like if you are very kind of specific with your niche and the people you want to work with, like when you post content, you're probably gonna attract those people anyways, you know. So by you reaching out to them, then seeing your content, it would be even easier, you know. But this is, as I said, like it's supposed to be hard. It's gonna be hard. You just still need to do it because the point of this is once you go through this in the beginning and once your brand starts picking up, everything's much easier because you have more attention on your brand. You can do warm outreach instead of cold. You don't need to search for other people because you're reaching out to people who already saw you. The response rate is
Yeah.
going to be much higher and all those things.
a thing that can make it easier for you, like I cannot tell you there's the secret website you can find X number of prospects per day. There's no single thing. But the thing that can make it easier for you is choosing the offer and the niche properly. And I believe that it's mentioned in one of the last YouTube videos that we made that Nemanja talked about the way we choose the offer, like the niche basically. Who is going to be the person and how are you going to find them really depends on who are they, obviously. So the thing is for us when we're doing like a lead list, when we're creating a prospect list, people we want to work with, people we want to reach out to at some point, it's almost as if we already kind of know plenty of people that are fit for our offer because we chose the person of our offer to be some person that we are very kind of familiar with. We want to have like, if me and Nemanja chose to work with fitness coaches, we couldn't find like we couldn't fill an Excel sheet with 10 people because we do not know a shit about fitness coaches. We've never worked with any fitness coach in the past, never any kind of relation with fitness coaches, anything. We're just very good at working with business coaches because our whole kind of career, bullshit, whatever, was just business coaches. It was just an online coach, any kind of guy running ads, posting content, doing all the things. And so right now we already know plenty of people who are in that exact spot. And for you, specifically for every single one of you, it's really important to kind of choose the niche based on what you're already familiar with, not just on what you kind of like. You know, I like computers, technology, so you know my offer is going to be tech businesses, whatever bullshit that is. I would never do that because I'm not kind of familiar practically with those types of people. I would just figure out who would be a group of people that I'm very kind of familiar with and I know where can I find them. Usually, like typically, I don't know exactly, but I know where can I find most of them. I kind of know where can I start. That's really important because if you choose something random, if I chose tennis coaches as my niche, I mean, sure, you might be like, you're probably very much educated on that field than me, but I wouldn't know, like, I wouldn't have a clue where to search for them. But if you told me, like, for my kind of prospect, for my niche, for my offer, I know really good, like, where to find them, how to find them, where they are, and who are they, and all those things. So it kind of comes on the personal kind of experience beforehand you had when it comes to the kind of your network and all those things. So I hope that kind of makes it easier a bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Philip, bro.
Yeah, so one thing I can tell Milos with the Find Prospects is train your YouTube
Bro,
algorithm.
your mic is fucked.
Really?
Something, yeah, noise.
Yeah, you have it.
Is it good now? No?
No.
Sound like
It's like my
Russian meme playing CS:GO.
Yeah.
You know,
Can you hear me
krr,
now?
krr.
Oh, now it's good.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's good.
yeah.
I don't know what happened. I didn't touch anything, but one thing I can tell you is try to train your YouTube algorithm to show you these kinds of people. So that's what I did. So I just go on my YouTube algorithm. I see people vlogging, a 19-year-old millionaire in Miami. Amazing. He's a millionaire. He's young. He has some sort of bullshit course that he sells. Let me check out his Instagram, see if he's a fit to be my prospect. That's how I do it. So it's super easy. Of course, some days I find 5 prospects in 5 minutes. Some days it takes me 4 hours to find prospects and clip all that stuff. So it really depends on the day. Second thing I wanted to ask is, again, you or Nemanja, do you guys think I should send DMs from my new account, which has like 100 followers, or from my 35,000 followers account, which isn't active in terms of content, but it's like bigger and all that stuff?
Well, I would, like always, it's better to do it from the bigger account, but if you expect them purposefully to click on your profile and see some of your content, which I believe you do,
I do have
it-
content. I do have
but
content.
you know
on
what
that
you can
account.
do? You know what you can do? You know what you can do is you can do outreach from that bigger account, because I know you have one with 30K plus, whatever.
Yeah.
And the first thing you can put in the bio would be using this new account right
Yeah,
now.
that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
And
and
what the good thing about that account is that I always have stories put up that I tag people in, so they can just immediately go into my stories and be like, okay, this guy has some edits, all that stuff.
yeah, I mean that's fine, but you can also just, I mean, sure, I'm not sure if you can get verified on that account, but that would help as well. But obviously it's better from the account that has a lot more followers.
Okay.
But if you're going to use content on your page, which you're going to, and the right one, the content you're doing right now on your new account is a lot better, definitely just reference this account, tag it in the bio, and that's just, they're just going to click there and see the content. So
Okay. And the last thing before I go off, because I have another call, is Nemanja, you need to renew or buy your Google One subscription because your storage is full. So I just noticed that and I wanted to let you know.
Oh, bro, I know
Yeah.
that. I know that. It's been like that for
even the bot one is full, I think 100 gigs or plus or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, it's a bot one. Oh, obviously, it's just like it's full. Like I have 5 GB there or something. Like I can go into G-Drive and just like delete bunch of shit probably and have like 50 Gs like just freed up, but not doing it.
Okay. Anyways, I gotta hop off, guys. I have another call. Thank you guys for the value and your time. I will see you next time.
For sure, brother. See you
See you
Thursday.
guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, let me guys go back to this. Finish this up real quick. My eyes starting to hurt from this white thing. Let me lower down. Yeah. All right. So when we finish with marketing, we have acquisition, fulfillment, and retention. Acquisition, here are the things I was talking about. Like, first thing you want to do is like set up the Calendly. It's a software for guys that don't know that allows prospects essentially to book calls on your calendar. Very simple. You just need to kind of like set it up. Probably make
We have
it.
also the training, I think.
Yeah.
We have it on school.
Yeah, if we don't have a training, I'll make a training on that, on how to set up Calendly. It's very simple, very straightforward on what you need to do. But yeah, pre-call video for all these essential guys. Again, repeating myself, we have trainings in school for every single thing of these. You just need to go and do all these things in order. And again, once you come into the thing, you watch the training, things still not clear to you, go to the community, explain what's not clear, and we'll sort it out there. But yeah, for pre-call video, I talked about that in pre-call training. For email sequence that you will do in pre-sales process. When I say follow-up here, it's not the actual follow-up. It's what I like to do is after they book the call, because the email sequence is gonna go up. I like to like about 24 hours before the actual call to just send a quick voice note on Instagram, like an Instagram chat, literally. Hey, name, I see that tomorrow at that time, we're gonna have a call. Looking forward to it, super excited about that. If you haven't, check your email, blah, blah, blah. Just stuff like that, just so like they can see that I'm organized on my end. I know that I know that tomorrow I have a call and that kind of stuff. And in the same time, to just kind of remind them in order they forgot that tomorrow we have a call. Sales script, again, the training, and you want to record all the calls, all the sales calls you ever do, because you want to be able to watch back those calls and figure out where did you make a mistake, what are the things you should change, and that kind of stuff. Any questions on acquisition? No. All right. Fulfillment. What's going to be the communication platform you guys will communicate on? Schedule. This is more like schedule between you and the client. Like, again, like we're going to hop on a call once a week on Thursday and that time, something like that. Or you're going to record videos then, I'm going to edit them by that time. Just kind of the schedule, how the schedule looks like, so they can know what to expect. System is pretty much kind of like a logistics of you upload the video here, you check this thing here, then I upload it here, you take it from there, you post it here, kind of like explanation of how the system will look like for all this. Setting expectations, this is like the most important thing of all of this. And all these things kind of fall into the category of setting expectations, but this is more to set expectations about the work you should deliver. Like the videos you will deliver, the timeline for all that, how much time does it take you, what's the quality you can deliver, and that kind of stuff. Any questions on fulfillment? All clear, very, very nice and clear. And retention, regular updates, remember personal occasions, and Agin said, like holidays, birthdays, and that kind of stuff. But that's not like the most important thing. That's just like cherry on top. You want to do like regular updates, as Agin said. For example, to give you our example, let's say you change a thumbnail and a title on YouTube video, and you think, well, he's obviously gonna see. He's not gonna see. If you do not tell him, we just did that because of that, he will not see it. He think you did nothing. Like, because they do not know how much time you spend looking at their account, thinking about their account, thinking about strategy and all that kind of stuff. So you just want to keep them updated on the things you're doing so they know that you're actually doing that stuff. But that's kind of the main thing for retention. And yeah, with all that, we kind of get to the end of the checklist. Any questions, guys, on the checklist before I get into KPIs here? No. No one? No. All good. All right, so for the KPIs, we have this like total KPIs big tracker here that like this is like some old KPI tracker that we used to use when we were running ads, but it's the same one you can use. And it tracks everything here. Like in this one, in total one, you don't write anything. It's all just being filled out automatically. But as you can see, for every single month here, you have every single month and every single day in that month listed out here. So today is January 13th. For ad spend, because you don't have the ad spend, just don't put nothing there. But Today is the 13th. Follows, you're gonna put how many follows did you have, DMs, conversations, calls booked, calls taken. Like you fill in like these white, with these white cells. Orange ones are gonna be like calculated by themselves. And once you finish all that for every single day, at the end you're gonna have all these fill out automatically, so you have every single month like kind of like broke down here. But the main point of this is you can literally just track, are you doing these action, like are you doing this correctly or not? Like if you set a goal, I'm gonna like start 50 conversations a day. Once you go here, you can see how many conversations have you started, essentially. And to give you the definition of what a conversation even is, because here you need to type like how many conversations you started. So follows is how many followers you get. DMs is how many DMs you sent. Now conversation is essentially once you have 3 messages, you send a message, potential like prospect sends a message, you send the 3rd message. That's a conversation. So you essentially need like 3 messages in order for that to count as a conversation. For calls booked, I don't need to explain that. Calls taken, this is, as I said, because some of the people are not gonna show up on your calls. You just wanna count in here the people that showed up. Calls closed, or calls closed. Cash collected is how many cash did you collect on the call. And that's kind of it for the KPI tracker. Any questions on this? I'm sure you have some questions on this, at least something.
Can you just please repeat once again for conversations?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
message prospect just
Yeah,
once
yeah,
again.
yeah. So follow is just they follow you, pretty obvious. How many follows did you get in a day? DMs is how many people did you reach out to? And conversations would be then how many people answer to you. How to put it in simple terms.
Okay.
Like you wanna have like 3 messages. Like you send a message, they answer to that message, and you send another message, and you have a conversation going on. That's what you count as a conversation. That makes sense?
Yeah, it's clear now. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty simple. And yeah, that's kind of it, guys. Like you just do these things, do things from here. You figure out where you're at, check the training. If the training's still not clear, drop it in the community. We get it there. You follow all the things you're doing here. You just follow your KPIs and you just do these things. Pretty simple. We wanted to, like, as I said, to kind of like operationalize all these things. So like, you know, if you're not doing it, like if you don't even have the offer and you're not getting results, like you don't need to wonder why you're not getting results. Like you don't have like the foundation of everything you need. And hopefully, guys, this is gonna be helpful to all of you. Again, I want every single one of you to do this. I'm gonna, like, this call's recorded. I'm gonna send it in the community with all these KPIs, trackers and checklist and roadmap and all that. So everyone can see it, because I said, I want everyone to do this because I know that this will help you get results. But yeah, hopefully, guys, this call was valuable. And if you don't have any last questions, that would be it for today. Nothing. All clear.
All clear.
Ready to crush the day, the week, the month, the year. All of it. All right.
Of course, man.
All right. Well, excited about that. All right, boys. So that was it for today. See you on Thursday.
See you.
See you.
Bye, boys.
Bye, guys.